Ego is not an enemy.
What the hell did you just say?
I've seen a million articles say ego is the enemy. Here's how to defeat your ego. Viewing it this way is a horrible recipe for failure.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Low class.
If people say the ego is the enemy, they're referring to it as being something different than a piece of you.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
I would want you to think that if I want to control you.
That's a good point. You've got a good point.
The ego is what we think we are.
Correct. Thank you.
In the psychological sense, this term ego was popularized by Sigmund Freud and other psychologists like Carl Jung and Jane Lovinger. And at its core, the ego serves as this executive of the psyche. So it's kind of mediating between our base desires, what Sigmund Freud called the id, then society's rules on top of that, which he called the superego, and then the real world, if we can even say real anymore at this point. But it's the part of you that says, I want this, but is it reasonable or is it acceptable for me to have that thing? So the ego is kind of responsible for your sense of self, self-esteem, self-worth, self-importance.
Okay.
But it's also the source of all of your negative self-talk, your anxiety, worry, fear, lack of confidence, social behavior that you don't want.
Oh, shit.
The first thing that's wrong with our ego, it can be excessively critical, and it tends to laser focus on shortcomings and mistakes, and then it downplays your strengths and accomplishments. Like, you didn't deserve that all the way. You didn't really deserve that. So this can lower self-esteem. It makes it difficult to approach strangers, start conversations, continue conversations with confidence because we're behind our eyes. The ego hates failure because it sees failure as a threat to your identity. Because I define myself based on external things. So the ego is extremely good at comparing you to others, and it does this to evaluate your worth, your credibility, your confidence. It has to compare to other people. Next, it makes you more reluctant to take a risk. So this prevents you kind of just stepping out of your comfort zone. It also overemphasizes social validation. So the ego seeks validation from all these external sources. To protect itself, an insecure ego will employ these defense mechanisms like rationalization, denial, projection.
Ooh, that's a bingo.
This leads to insecurity and feelings of inadequacy.
Let me ask you something. If the rule you followed brought you to this, of what use was the rule?
That's because we have unattainable standards from the media. These stages of ego development give us a roadmap for how people from infancy and all the way into adulthood and death evolve their thinking, their moral understanding, and just their overall self-awareness. The model I'm going to give you tonight comes from this woman named Jane Lovinger. Level 1 is called the pre-social stage. If you just think of a baby who's just completely reliant on mom and dad, and at this point, there's really no sense of me. There's no sense of I yet. The baby's kind of just soaking in the world. It's dependent on caregivers, essentially.
Okay.
The impulsive stage, just a couple of years. Now kids start to think, I'm my own person. They finally have this weird realization. They're all about what they want right this second. If you give them what they want, you're the hero. If not, you get a temper tantrum from the kid. Then we move into ego level 3. The self-protective stage. Kids who are starting to control these wild impulses. But guess what? If something goes wrong, it's never their fault. It's always somebody else's.
Yes.
Erroneous! Erroneous! Erroneous on both counts.
This is the first stage where some people stop.
Can you say that again? Just the way you said it.
This is the first stage where some people stop.
Stop. That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
the conformist stage. Just picture school-age kids who really care about fitting in. Everything's black and white. There's a right and a wrong way to do things. No, I cannot wear those shoelaces. I can't wear that hoodie. I cannot do that at all. And their friends' opinions mean everything to them. It's a big deal.
Does the word duh mean anything to you?
Self-aware stage. Most of us stop right here, and this is where we start questioning things, and we start seeing that life has all of these weird shades of gray. And we're more self-aware, but we're still pretty tied to what society expects from us. The conscientious stage. As we mature even more, if we get to level 6,
Meaning?
we start internalizing rules, thinking deeply about our behavior and that behavior's impact on other people. And it's not just about avoiding punishment, it's about doing what's right because we believe in it. This is where I talk about off-camera leadership. How are you acting off-camera when no one's there, no one's looking? The individualistic stage. People who celebrate individuality, they embrace differences, but they're also getting pretty good at dealing with complex internal stuff going on in their mind. And they're getting better at inner conflict management, inner dialogue. And these are the people who I would say know themselves. So level 7 is, I would just describe as knowing yourself. The autonomous stage. These folks have reached a point where they can see multiple perspectives simultaneously. That's an important point here. Can you observe the conversation from a third party? But also, can I shift perspective to look over this solar system and see how insignificant I am? Can I physically be in a conversation and still be conscious that I'm literally spiraling another galaxy and we're on a collision course with a black hole as we speak? And these people just accept that life is complex. You notice what's going away as the ego goes up. Judgment.
Oh, shit.
Certainty is going away.
Fuck.
Suffering is going away.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Yes!
And especially in level 8, the person regularly reflects on the lack of separation between themselves and other people. When they see someone else, they see, that's me. That's what these people are feeling.
Your thoughts?
What?
I'm out. Yep, I'm out.
The integrated stage. This is unicorn territory. Very few people get to this.
Well, no fucking shit.
This is about wisdom and empathy and a deep inner sense of peace. And most people who are coaches at level 5 think even to themselves that they're at level 9.
Listen to me, you're wrong. And if you don't get it, I feel sorry for you.
And you know what keeps them at level 5? The certainty of where they are on this chart. People at this stage have reconciled their inner conflicts and they truly understand themselves. They don't just know themselves, they understand themselves. That's the difference here. This is the first true point of fully 100% living, not thinking, living in a way that they see no separation between themselves, trees, or other people. And I mean trees.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
She proposed a possible 10th stage.
What?
Flowing. This is kind of a new idea that's still being explored. Imagine just being so in tune with the world that you're just flowing through life. I think this is less than maybe 10 people on planet Earth. It's just an experience. They're experiencing every moment of their life, no matter what happens.
Son of a bitch!
So how do we get out of the ego?
I want you to just understand the concept of me is a fraud.
What did you say? What the did you just say?
There is no separation from you in the outside world.
That is blasphemous! That is blasphemous! How dare you? How dare you say such a thing? That is insanity!
We have been brought up to experience ourselves as isolated centers of awareness and action, placed in a world that is not us, that is foreign, alien, other, which we confront. Whereas, in fact, the way an ecologist describes human behavior is as an action. What you do is what the whole universe is doing at the place you call here and now. You are something the whole universe is doing in the same way that a wave is something that the whole ocean is doing. This is not what you might call a fatalistic or deterministic idea. You see, you might be a fatalist if you think that you are a sort of puppet which life pushes around. You are separate from life, but life dominates you. That's fatalism. The real you is not a puppet which life pushes around. The real deep down you is the whole universe. And it's doing your living organism and all its behavior. It's expressing it as a singer sings a song. We've been hoodwinked into the feeling that we exist only inside our skins. That is a hallucination. We need to experience ourselves in such a way that we could say that our real body is not just what's inside the skin, but our whole total external environment.
I told you so.
Like, I'm not observing the Big Bang. I'm not observing the universe. I am a piece of that.
That's what I'm talking about!
The molecules that make up your body weren't created out of nothing. They've been here forever. Literally forever. When the Big Bang happened, all of you, every molecule that makes up you, was there at that exact time. So I think the true pathway to finding the loss of ego is about keeping that in mind as often, as close to always as possible.
You are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
That was neuroscientist and the world's foremost behavioral expert, Chase Hughes, confirming what the Upanishads, the Tao Te Ching, the Diamond Sutra, the Bhagavad Gita, Hermeticism, shamanism, and the Gnostic Gospels have been teaching us for over 3,000 years. Reality is a unified field. We are all one. Non-duality is the truth. Separation is an illusion. Duality is the dream world matrix created by the ego.
That's right, I said it!
Interestingly, the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Talmud, and the Book of Mormon all teach the exact opposite message.
Note the lack of surprise.
It's almost as if those religious scriptures were actually ruling elite tools of population control by enslaving us to our egos.
Of course! Of course! Of course!
Whereas the older, wiser, spiritual texts were the enlightened masters' tools of population empowerment by helping us to transcend the ego. But that's just conjecture and speculation, right? The most important takeaway is that the process of ego development and eventual ego transcendence
Make it so.
is one that requires you to master yourself.
Does the word duh mean anything to you?
And so, the real question is, in our algorithm-managed, AI-hijacked, attention economy-driven, NPC-generating online world,
Can you say that again? Just the way you said it.
in our algorithm-managed, AI-hijacked, attention economy-driven, NPC-generating online world,
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
how the hell are we supposed to keep the non-dual nature of reality
In mind as often, as close to always as possible.
when our brains and nervous system are being bombarded with digital hyperstimulation by sales, marketing, advertising, news, entertainment, and social media algorithms 24/7, 365, causing the mental chatter of our monkey mind, the triggering of our emotional trauma, and the unconscious projection of our shadow to be turned up to 11,000.
No. Wait. Wait.
Please! Now!
Yes.
Simple. Join the only way out is in.
What?
The only self-mastery training community designed for people living in an algorithm-managed, AI-hijacked, attention economy-driven, NPC-generating online world.
Oh, I see.
So whether you're at level 5 or 6, you can climb to level 7, 8, 9, and maybe even 10 by clicking the link and joining The Only Way Out is In.
No.
Oh, you think that's weird?
A little.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, it's free.
Yes!
Yup! Yes!
So it's an absolute no-brainer. Click the link and join the only community in the world that trains you to master yourself even while you live in an algorithmic AI matrix.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.